Hello there, Watting is here. So FNaF 1 released around 11 years ago. God lord, I am getting old. Anyway, since then it became a hit sensation and grew a large community around itself, me being in there since day one. Most of us grew to love this game, not by really playing them, but simply by interacting with content made around them. You know, marquee players and mad pads, but these weren't really what I watched. In fact, most of what you recognize as early FNaF YouTube, I was unaware of it at the time, as young me was unable to speak English and I was limited to Polish. And so in this video I will speak about those older times and Polish FNaF fandom, as there is a lot to say about it, not all of it being good. Looking back at it, the most popular guy who made FNaF videos in 2014 was a guy named Manjo. He basically just outright stole his videos from popular English creators. He had regular gameplay and teaser discussion like everyone pretty much had, but he also included ripoffs of Spike's videos, you know, the top 10 facts about Toy Freddy. Number 10. Toy Freddy is morbidly obese. Now, if this video will get 5 million likes, I will tell you the other 9. He also had MadPat's theories and his 10 miles. Like fuck bro, he's not even fucking trying to hide this shit. Like, really. He even had those FNaF but not funny videos. But at last, everything ended with FNaF 4, I think, after which he just stopped one day after that phase came to close and FNaF videos no longer performed well, you know, and most niches that he made would be split across smaller YouTubers, and so the new gameplay guy became 11, who despite making FNaF videos earlier than Manjo, was really popularized only after Manjo came into the scene. 11 is one of my favorite FNaF YouTubers, actually YouTubers in general. He's one of the few that I still actually watch regularly. Well, regularly when he uploads. He doesn't do that very often though, so. He was one of the greatest Polish FNaF YouTubers that came to be, easily beating 5020.
I fucking did it! I fucking did it! Eat my shit!
He also made one of the hardest FNaF fan games that ever came to be, SCPD Endurance. And small fun fact, the guard from my FNaF 3 video was based on him. Yeah, I know, wild, isn't it? Anyway, next. Fungi, or Pongu these days, the best FNaF lore channel on Polish YouTube, who I believe has one of the best solving etiquettes in general, as he took sense that while Box might point at something, that something still needs to be presented in game for it to be used in solving the lore. You know, treating games as games and not some small part of book universe, like some did, and because of that for years we have to deal with hallucination disc and everyone being a robot. And the best thing is that he adds English subs, so if you want, then you can check him. Anyway, next is Katon, who would at first make more of those top 10s and then become more of a theory maker, taking the persona of Dave from Day Shift at Freddy's. And with time he just kinda became more of a clickbaity YouTuber, making everything about those fan games of FNAFs. You know, the typical "this FNaF fan game will explode your balls" type of videos, and yeah, I'm not really big fan of it myself, so I kind of, you know, lost track of it. And there were a few other smaller ones that at the time rightfully forgot, as Playfox, who was making those question and theory videos, in which he made hundreds of them, in every single one having like the same 10 topics that he just kept on printing and printing. And other than that, he never made anything worth talking of, despite him being on YouTube since the old age of Google+. Or Zainsu37, who is still making FNaF SFM videos, but not really based on games in lore sense. He basically just used FNaF characters as toys to tell his own story, and now he is making some type of end of world scenario with those. Yeah, it doesn't really have to do anything with FNaF anymore. And there was also another series made this time in Gmod called Coś Jutek trzyma w kieszeni. A machinima, but it doesn't have anything to do with FNaF at all, you know. The only thing that it has to do is that, you know, the second season took place in Gmod Freddy Fazbear Pizza. Yeah, that's all. In terms of music, there was nothing really. Some fan dubs of popular English music, but original? The only one that comes to my mind really is a song made by Master Czubek, an old Minecraft YouTuber who also made some song about Nyan Cat or Flappy Bird. There was also a FNaF one, it went something like Kiedyś człowiek, dziś maszyna. It wasn't anything grand, kinda me to be honest. And really that's all that there comes to my mind when I think about Polish FNaF scene. Well, maybe few memes here and there, but other than that it kinda just came to an end. And that was what I grew up with. Only later in my life I discovered English YouTube and switched to it, as on average it has better quality of videos and originality. I don't even quite remember when that shift happened, or when I actually became semi-fluent in English. Weird thing, it's kinda how one gets consciousness. A sudden snap in perception that eventually blurs as this change becomes part of you. Like I could not imagine myself not being aware. It just kinda becomes so integrated within myself that I cannot remember myself being not this way. FNaF was the topic of this video, spooky bears and animatronics, and not existential philosophy of someone who is way too uneducated to be speaking of them in public. Now we shall talk about the games, my liking and so on. And the best way to express that would be to just please through them and rank them with the most unbiased attitude that I am able to afford. And so, FNaF 1, 2 points for gameplay, pretty simple, 4 foes, 3 types of enemies, all of them utilizing doors and 2 of them cameras, with OK use of RNG. That bit 2 long nights that have been shortened for later games. 2 for story, despite being intended to be the only one, it still feels rather incomplete, with ending that was anticlimactic. And finally 3 for spooky, as it was very good atmospheric wise. And so FNaF 1 gets 7 in total, and for now it is first place. And now FNaF 2. Gameplay is tough with 9 robot that has exactly the same mechanics, Puppet is very annoying, and Foxy is not carrying this. 1. Story is great, and a new spin-off by using minigames to tell things of the past, and as middle installment it's not getting cut points by having some things unanswered. And so it gets 3 points. Now to the scary factor. It gets 1, it's simply too fucking bright. Third game has the same problem of being too repetitive with its animatronics, as we are jump scared again and again with no stops, and after a while it's no longer fucking scary. Though it's more spooky vibe to it, makes a little bit of difference. A 2 in spooky section, and in gameplay it's okay. 1 animatronic that can move back and forth on a whim, with multiple ways of stopping it from progressing, while forcing us to manage somewhat limited resources, as we need to fix shit after using it once in later night. 2 in gameplay. Another time, FNaF 3 was a great ending to the series, 3 for an ending, in total it got 7 points, which would set it alongside FNaF 1. But I Dumbledore say 1 million points for Gryffindor, and so FNaF 3 gets a bonus point for giving us a Springtrap, the horror icon of 2010s. Suck my false for FNaF 1, as for now FNaF 3 has 8 points, and it surpasses FNaF 1 for the gold. Now FNaF 4, and 4 points it is all that you will ever get for being a massive middle finger in theory making. Imagine having 2 games just to explain this one. Get the hell out of here. Sister's Location gameplay is hard carried by its DLC, and so it gets free, only thanks to it. As even though base game is terrible here, DLC gives us the best office session in whole franchise. Then the spooky part, FNAF SL is only scary if you are scared of women. And I am not scared of Ballora. In fact, her inclusion calms me pretty much. 0. Story is fine, it tried to fix FNAF 4. It established the purple guy having a name and being kind of a scientist himself, you know. It works and it gets a 3. So, total of 6. And so it is in 3rd place. And at last but not least is the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria Simulator and Ultimate Custom Night. And overall it's solid. Gameplay is varied between the blueprint mode, salvage mode, the vent mode and the UCN, a bit shallow placed, but I still give it a 3. Now the vent section and the salvage parts are perfectly scary on its own, and it's even elevated by the quiet before the storm that is the blueprint mode. It gets another 3 on this front. And now the story, although it's a great ending and all, I would not say it's perfect. Midnight Motorists exist, and so it gets 2. And so there is the ranking. The last awards, the FNAF 4, followed by FNAF 2, then bronze is given to FNAF SL, then silver to first game in the series, and then the winners are the 2 games that try to end it all, FNAF 3 and FFPS. Which is better, I leave to your choice. A preference between simplicity and complexity. And that's really the thing for FNAF. With every single installment it became more and more convoluted, to the point where I simply don't really enjoyed it. I don't think that I personally fit in anymore, you know. I'm no longer just that much happy with how the series went, how it's treated. I went to both movies and my opinion is a little opposite of typical FNAF fans who is supposed to love any FNAF related media just because it's FNAF and you are a FNAF fan, so you must love this shit. I don't love the movies. I kinda like the first one, it was okay spin of the series. It tried to tell its story of Michael and his sister, the story of letting go of past obsession, just living with what you got. It was okay, not very good written, but it had the heart in a good place. All you gotta do is focus on that teaming, maybe direct your act to play Steve. And then I watched the second one. It was worse than the first in every single way that I spoke of. The only good part was about Vanessa letting go of her father, and it ended in Act 1, and then, you know, the rest of the movie was just about marionettes trying to end the war by killing some random people. And then by the end of it, the plot of this movie wasn't even properly finished. Instead, the movie has concluded what was in the last movie, and side plot that has like 2 minutes in this movie. And yes, I'm talking about Michael Afton, who is basically just William Afton from the last movie, but, you know, worse. To be honest, this movie was more like FNAF the Movie 2 Part 1 than a standalone entry. On its own, it's pretty bad, to be honest. But the fandom treats it like it's some kind of masterpiece of art, because there was an old meme in the middle of it. FNAF 2 movie was just an underbaked emoji movie. Just think about it. Reference the movie, made for a bunch of childrens. The only difference is that phone users don't fucking care if there is an old meme on it. But FNAF fans, you say, "Oh cholera, czy to Freddy Fazbear," and they are drooling their piece and they shit and they go crazy. Come on, I say, "Hor hor hor," come on, laugh! It's funny! I said the magic word! You know, I'm done. I'm done with FNAF. Fuck this. I'm going to play Skyrim.